So I'm on the way to go pick up my son from work, which I'm excited about. I'm so glad that my son is fulfilled in his line of work and he's not overexerting himself. He enjoys what he does. I'm here today for a particular reason. On the way out the door, my wife said to me, please be very careful and be mindful about in front of you and on the side of you. So I decided that for posterity and to prove that I was doing my part, here we are. I'm going to turn this on. We're going to let this go. And while we do, I'm going to be very mindful of my surroundings. Also going to turn on the heat. There's an expression that we used to use that I think we started to take too literally, or we applied definitions to it that we shouldn't have. So allow me to introduce this to the scenario. The expression is, we don't question the chief. Now, originally, now you could associate that with a chief, like a singular person, but the gist of the message is that when it comes to the affairs of the experts, we take their word for it. So when Asia says to me, I need you to be careful, what immediately popped into my head was, oh, well, we don't question the chief because I know my wife knows something's going on. I know my wife enough to know that if she thought something wasn't right, she'd be like, hey, watch your shit. So when I say we don't question the chief, it is me in an acknowledgement that my wife knows what the fuck she's talking about. And I'm going to do my best to honor her wishes because all she asked me to do was be careful. I mean, it's not like she told me some ridiculous shit. She just wants me to be careful. She just wants me to keep my eyes out, so I will. This video is the documentation of that. But yeah, like my wife, she knows stuff about stuff and things. And I've watched her do, like, I'm not even going to insult it and say that it's magic. Like, I don't even think that using the word magic is what I would want to go for. It's just more manifestations, and she will shit into existence. She knows what she wants. She knows how to get it. She knows how to make it work with what she has, and she gets it done. That's always been her. So when she got into her craft and started learning more things about stones and moldivites, I sound like such a novice. I know I am. But she knows things that I don't know. She is up on things and occults and rituals and symbols and signs, and like I'm sure she could flip over a tea leaf and tell me all kind of shit about me. Like, wow, I hope that doesn't sound insulting. I hope that doesn't like like all witches read tea leaves, because I know she hates the scammy people she sees online. Like oh my gosh, she'll be scrolling through TikTok and it'll be some overweight chick doing tarot, and she'll be like, oh, why did she just scroll right past that? So I hope my remark about tea leaves isn't like derogatory in the witch community or some shit. I'm just saying my wife knows shit. My wife be on the shit. And my wife has an intuition. I've learned to trust my wife's intuitions. Much like I hope she would trust mine. Much like I hope she knows that I take her shit seriously. And like, to her credit, if I were to say, hey babe, I'd rather you didn't do this, or hey babe, we should be doing this instead, she wouldn't give me much strife over it, especially if I had a reason. And even if she thought her reasons were better, she's likely to give me my way. Like, I wonder how much of that is trust that I know what I'm talking about, or is that just childhood trauma rearing its ugly head and she just wanting to be a people pleaser? Yeah, I think, oh man, 2020 and 2021 was really an eye opener for people with all kind of mental illnesses and traumas, and like it. Ooh, it's been amazing. Like, even I've learned things like fun little cute things that we used to talk about. Like, it's been funny. Like, we'd be like, oh, you remember our mamas? We would be in the grocery store and she would throw a shoe at us. That's child abuse. Like, what the fuck? Like, you can't do that. Like, I remember going to an elementary school where the gym teacher was allowed to paddle you. Like, that's trauma. Like, you can't do that to kids. Like, to their credit, it was the 60s, 70s, 80s. They didn't know no better. Everybody was dealing with their own traumas and doing their best. That doesn't excuse what happened, but it is the reasons, and everybody's dealing with a trauma of some kind or another. Everybody's got a thing. So I try not to take shit personally, and really, like, I don't care much for the opinions of others. Like, I got my people. They on the list. They know who they are. That's probably it. But I care for people in general. Like, people as a whole are generally fine. Like, I don't dislike people, but like groups of like annoying people can be bothersome. An individual person can be a pain in the ass, kind of thing. Like, so when you find a person who don't do that to you, who don't piss you off, there aren't things about them that just make you grit your teeth. That's so funny. I watch a lot of TikToks. Like, and I've moved into like the couples section of TikToks and married couple humor and stuff like that. And everybody's always talking about how there are moments where they just want to strangle their partner, or they just need time away. And it's like, here I am with this goofy codependency. Like, I just gotta be up under her at all times. Like, and we're fine with that. We both have such a good time with that. So it's not like one person's like dying to get away from the other. Like, the problems that other people talk about they have, I don't have. And then you see these people who talk about, oh, look how happy our relationship is. I just saw a thing. The dude was like, look how happy we are in our relationship. And then the dude gets convicted of murdering her. Like, he like just went to her house and like shot her or some shit. Like all the people who say they happy, all the people who say they on top of their shit and doing what they want to do and living their best life, none of them really are. All these people are unhappy and fucking pretending because they're not in tune with themselves or their person. I'm very much in tune with myself. I'm very much in tune with my person. So when my person says, hey, you should watch yourself, especially from the side and the front today, then we don't question the chief. Typically, I show up a few minutes early and it doesn't take Kari too much longer to walk out. But it's all good. I just wanted to document, and it gives gave me a good time to rant and kind of get some shit out. But I really just wanted to document so I could show my wife that I was super safe and cautious. See, your brother got on a seatbelt. I did. I wasn't making eye contact with the camera at all. I was keeping my eyes on the road. Not that I feel like you checking up on me, but I just we don't question the chief. You know, I think I wanted to stress that. I think that's important. That we can't be certain about very many things in our lives, like 100% certainty. Like, I think therefore I am. I think I pretty much I'm aware that I exist in some capacity. Like, I can accept that. But I trust my wife implicitly. If my wife told me, you can jump off of this cliff and fly if you have this stone in your pocket. I'm going to assume she's done the research. She did the math, and she would not put me in a place where she would have me jumping off the side of a fucking cliff with a bogus rock in my pocket if it wasn't gonna make me fly. So when I say I trust my wife implicitly, when I say we don't question the chief, that's what I mean. There have been plenty of times she's walked up to me with a handful of pills and just said, "Here, take these." And without question, I just fucking take them, whatever they are, whatever they gonna be. I guess that's what she want me to have. I guess this is what's best for me, because we don't question the chief. And Asia is the chief of her department. Asia runs shit, and Asia knows she runs shit. So I give her the courtesy and the respect that her position affords her, and we don't question the chief. But it looks like Kari is taking longer to come out than I originally thought. I thought it would be cool. He could pop in. He could do the hey and do that loud thing he does. It's not like I'm complaining. I'm not. Like, I love my fucking kid. I do. But I'm not about to make this video run any longer than it needs to. I think I've made my point.